Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again. What's going on? What's going on? It's Friday. Um, get ready for Redskins week, y'all. The Cowboys travel tomorrow. To here. They come here. To play the Redskins on Sunday at the Dumpster Fire FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, of course. And we are doing our big tailgate this weekend. And of course, Mark Holmes hits me up late, talking about some. Oh, you know what? Barry needs a DJ, so I need you to DJ for the tailgate now. So apparently now I'm DJing for 3 hours before the game. So I'm gonna be there all day. So if you guys come earlier, I'll be there spinning a little bit, playing a little bit of music or whatever, and get ready to hype us up for the game. There's that. Now, as far as the tailgate goes, we're gonna be there. Mark is already prepping everything, getting his food together. So I will be helping him and doing some things. So tomorrow the Cowboys will be here. They'll be arriving at their hotel in the afternoon. Now I should be up there trying to get some content, maybe get some sneak peek of some players or whatever coming into the hotel, kind of like I did last year when they played the Redskins right before the tailgate there. So trying to get some content for you guys and make everything right. Make everything right. So that should be fun. Those of you that are coming to the tailgate, great. It's gonna be a great time. Gonna enjoy meeting everybody and seeing what transpires. Hopefully, the Cowboys come out with a win, which I think they will. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about the game. So as we get into Redskins week for our Dallas Cowboys now. We know that Case Keenum last week he threw for 380 yards and he had three touchdowns or whatever like that. And Vernon Davis had a real good game. I think his grandfather passed away last weekend, so it was a real emotional time for him. So I know that's real difficult, dealing with a family member, especially somebody that was a grandparent that was really close to you, because that's how I am with my grandmother. I'm really tight. But him and his granddad were really tight, and him losing him was like was huge for him, and shout out to Vernon Davis for that. I will say that, regardless of football, that's, losing a family member is always hard. But he had a good game. He hurdled over a guy and went for more yards. It was crazy. Like, I saw that play. I was like, Jesus. And Vernon, old head getting it in, but he's also from the DMV area. So, him coming and playing for the Redskins was huge for him anyway. So Jordan Reed is injured again. Now I'm actually glad he's not playing because he's been a bit of a cowboy killer whenever he's healthy. Now it's crazy. Like, he's one of those tight ends that like you never want to get in fantasy because it's like he's so good, but you never get a chance to see him. I mean, he didn't even make it past the first game of the season. That's crazy, and already got injured. But things happen. It is what it is. So Case Keenum right now is literally the placeholder until Dwayne Haskins is ready to take over to be the franchise quarterback for the Washington Redskins. Now, I know some of you guys are like, "Oh, we're gonna whoop their butt. We're gonna beat them." It's just like, even when I say with the Giants, I say you can't underestimate your defense, your division matchups, because they know each other very well. They play twice a year and things of that nature. Now, I'm going to talk about the weaknesses for them, the weaknesses for the Cowboys, and keys to victory. So, again, and I'm doing this a little bit earlier because, again, tomorrow, they're going to be here. So I'm trying to get a chance to go to the hotel and try to get that footage for you guys as well, like I said. But as I would say, they don't have Trent Williams, but they replaced him with Donald Penn. Real strong motor guy. He's a guy that's gonna hold up a block and do some things for their offensive line. Like, I think that he's really good for them. But I will say that if you keep chipping at him at second half of the game, you could get him tired and get some pass rush on him. So Lawrence, let's get it. So our offensive line, one key for that is if our offensive line can hold up for their defensive pass rush, because they spent a lot of money on defensive pass rush for the past couple of drafts. I think they got like 6 Alabama guys on their defense right now. 6 Alabama guys. And you already know a lot of good talent comes from Roll Tide, y'all. So, they got the Denzel guy. They got Montez Sweat. Was it the guy Tim Settles? I actually looked at Tim Settles in when he came out in the draft, and like, like I did some draft work on him as well. Like I really like his game as well. They got a lot of young, scrappy, fast guys, try hard guys. Uh, they're going to be their defensive line, even though they're starting off fresh as far as making a new identity. They can't be hated on either, because I'm telling you that their pass rush is going to be something. Once they get it together this year, like towards the end of the season, and next year and a couple of years to come, because all they're going to do is they keep churning their line and getting those young guys in there. They're going to be a dynamic front. Now their front seven is good, but they got a weakness in the back end. Now they still got Josh Norman back there, but the thing about Josh Norman is everybody thought he was the ish when he came from Carolina. You got to understand that it's a scheme thing. They play him very differently than Carolina did. When he was with Carolina, he had the way that it was perfectly schemed for him there to basically be a rangy guy, because that's what it is. He's a rangy, scrappy guy that's going to get in your face and whatever have you. But you put him on an island, you're going to burn him, because he's not an island type of corner. He's a guy that when you play zone, he's a guy that if he has backup, he has help, he can be dynamic because he can do some things. But when he's by himself and he doesn't have that help, and you're a good receiver, you're going to burn him every time. So the comment that he made about Dak Prescott had me a little off when he said that what Dak did last week against the Giants, any quarterback can do. And basically he said that he said something about like he praised the offensive line. I'm like, sir, do you realize that the offensive line doesn't throw the ball? The offensive line doesn't catch the ball. They block for the quarterback. Now, yes, they do a great job, but don't hate because the offensive line is better than yours, sir. Those comments, you're going to eat those, because Randall Cobb, Amari Cooper, and of course Michael Gallup, they're going to catch that ball over you. You're going to eat their dust, and you are going to regret saying that. Ain't no Dez Bryant's on this team no more, sir. You're not going to get in these guys' head. You're not going to do it. These are different type of wide receivers that we have on this team, sir, and you ain't been up against them like that yet, so you don't know. You may know a little bit about Mark Cooper, but you don't know these other guys like that. You don't. And they're going to burn you, son. This is the thing. With Ezekiel Elliott, I guess playing a total of 37 snaps last game, and he's not going to be on a pitch count, and he's ready to go. He's ready to go. So when you look at the deficiencies and their run defense is not all that great. So, I mean, what you going to do? Pick your poison. You're either going to stop Ezekiel Elliott, or you're going to stop these receivers. You're not going to do both, because, again, we don't have Scott Linehan anymore. Kellen Moore is going to make the necessary adjustments to counteract what you're doing to him. So, good luck with that, sir. Also, too, I will say this. Dallas Cowboys do have to work on I didn't like how Saquon Barkley ran over us like that. Now, if that game was closer, we probably would have been, sorry, camera came on. If that game would have been closer, Saquon Barkley probably would have done much more on us. But, they took him out the game later in the game because of the simple fact that we were up by so much. But like I said, if that game was like by 3, he would have been doing a lot more running on us. And I know it was the first game of the season, and defense is the starters are trying to get their feet up under them. I get that. And, that's why I'm not too hard on them right now. But this game right here, going against Adrian Peterson and Chris Thompson, because they're going to try to run these guys, and they're probably thinking that's what they're thinking, but they don't know what we Cowboys have going on over here. The thing about it is, they're thinking that they're just going to they're thinking they're going to just run the ball with Chris Thompson and Adrian Peterson, and that's it. No, you're going to have to get some passing on. Now, like I said, Case Keenum did throw for 380 yards, but they also were playing from behind, too, because remember, they were up, and then they let the Eagles come back into the game. Now, we'll see what happens. Now, I will say this is going to be a very interesting game. I don't think that we're going to blow them out, because we never really do. The Redskins, for whatever reason, play us so much harder than they do everybody else. They'll get their ass spanked by another team. But then as soon as they play the Dallas Cowboys, it's like all of a sudden we just found it. We can play. We're good. No matter what their roster looks like, no matter what deficiencies they have in their defense or their offense, they play the Cowboys hard. Now, I know I got a good feeling that we're going to win this game. But think about it. A win for the Cowboys, they're 2-0. Not only in the division, but in the standings as well. Now, the Redskins, they're going down 0-2 if they lose on Sunday in the division and in the standings. And that's not going to be a good start for them. So they're going to play hard. So, let's not go in here and thinking that we're just going to blow these guys out the water, because let's think realistically here. These guys are the Redskins. They know us too. They are our division rival. They play us hard. You know what happened at the game last year, but we lost at the end. The refs might be on their side. Who knows? I don't know who's reffing the game. I got to look it up. But if it's the same refs from last year, we have to make sure that we maintain a lead. That way the refs can't do anything like that, and nothing, no screwy stuff like that can happen. Things will be in our favor. So we're still waiting to see what happens with Tavon Austin as far as his availability for the game. We know that Randall Cobb's going to play. He was full go at practice. Amari Cooper's full go at practice. And, Michael Gallup ain't got no problem, so we good to go. I ain't worried about none. So these guys going to be good. What does I want to say? But, yeah, so we do have to work on that run defense. And I think that it will be better this week because, like I said, I think they were just rusty and trying to get their feet up under them. But I know the Redskins are probably looking at that tape and seeing how Saquon ran on us. And he's like, oh, well, maybe we can exploit that with a 1-2 punch with Adrian and Chris Thompson. But I think D-Law is going to be ready. Tyrone Crawford's going to be ready. These guys are going to be ready to go. So they're not going to be sitting here doing that. We got Christian Covington now. We got Antoine Woods. These guys are ready to go. So I think that the hot boys are going to step up and they're going to do the damn thing. So, again, it's a pick your poison offense with the Cowboys. We're a whole different team this year, and a lot of teams don't understand that. And I think the Cowboys are going to go far this year because of that reason, and because the people are going to keep hating. And you see the comments he made about Dak Prescott. It's like he had a great game, and you're just trying to diminish what the guy does. Is ridiculous, because they don't do that to other They don't do that to other players on other teams. You don't see Tom Brady getting that hate. You don't even see Aaron Rodgers getting that hate. You don't even see some of these lower tier quarterbacks that we know that are not better than Dak Prescott. They don't even get that hate. They mess up in the game. It's like, it's okay. Well, it is what it is. But it could be worse. We could be injured like Nick Foles with Jacksonville Jaguars. They're in a bind right now too. And New York Jets quarterback Sam Darnold has mono, so he's out indefinitely because his spleen might be swollen. So who knows? I mean, at least we have our quarterback right now, and that's the biggest thing. Offensive line is playing well. Zach Martin did get called on some penalties last game, but again, I went back and looked at that, and I said, look, I'm not even worried about that, because if he didn't do that chop, that low block, Dak would have got crushed by that guy. So you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes, as an offensive lineman, you got to be smart. If you hold or get called on the penalty, make it worth it, because, you save your quarterback. Because Dak has to stay upright. He has to. I think that we're going to have a real good game in the passing game, because they're going to try to stop Zeke. Because their secondary is not going to be able to stop our wide receivers. Because all they really have is, and Josh Norman. I think they got a rookie out. I keep forgetting his name, but they got a rookie out there too. He's pretty decent, but he's not ready for what the receivers we have now. I think that we literally went from a sorry, scrappy little wide receiver core where it was like we just slapped them together. You know what I mean? Like, here, you guys play together. To now having, in my opinion, arguably the best wide receiver core in the league right now. And it's crazy. It's crazy just to think that. But I look at it like this, guys. I think the Cowboys are going to win. I would say I'll give us 30-14. I don't really like to do predictions like that, but I'm going to go ahead and say Cowboys win 30-14 this game. I got the Redskins only scoring 2 touchdowns, and that's it. Just get them up out of here. Cowboys going to get this win. I already know. But again, you are playing your division rival, so it's gonna be a hard fought game. So there's gonna be times in the game we be like, oh come on y'all, let's do it. Let's just the Redskins, let's win. But on paper, Cowboys are definitely better than the Redskins. We know that. And Josh Norman is going to eat those words, and I am looking forward to our wide receivers just making him look stupid. Because again, he tries to get in your head because he knows that he ain't that great. And you making comments, but you the one out here jumping over bulls in Spain in the off season. The hell they do that at? It's funny because at Redskins training camp when we were there, he was signing autographs and I was standing right there and I yelled out. I said, "Stop jumping over bulls, fool!" Yeah, but it is what it is. Those, like I said, those of you that's going to the tailgate Sunday, good to see you guys. Like I said, I'll be DJing for a little while, so and check out my Instagram. I'll be Instagram live in it as well. E2Blue_entertainment. That's my IG right now. I just put it together last week while we were in Texas. So, yeah. So, with that being said, y'all, thanks again to all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome. If you're new to the channel, it's your first time hearing about who I am for whatever reason, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to your boy. It's your boy E2Blue. Always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.